coaches will handle that.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Clay Brooks to return it. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. Leading them out is their quarterback, the former 12th overall pick. Some refer to him as the natural, Deshaun Watson.
Exactly the man you want in control of your offense. Excellent arm, good zip on the ball, not afraid to use his legs when he needs to. And when he's excelled at doing is making plays when the first read isn't available or when the pressure's about to get to him.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Everson Griffin showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. How about the defense there trying to set the tone on the very first play of the game?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a glow here tonight because they brought the heat right out of the gate. What a good job establishing a tone for this one.
So still 14 yards to go, second down. Another try after the first down sack. Watson looking deep for Adams. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So on fourth down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here first and 10. Under center for the Vikings, out comes the former Michigan State Spartan and longtime veteran Kirk Cousins.
And one nice thing you can always say about Kirk Cousins is that he's consistent. Always puts up nice numbers each and every year. If there is a downside to his game, it's been the lack of playoff success. All in all, the formidable starting quarterback at a time in the league where it's tough to find your franchise guy.
A good start to the drive here. That's caught out on the left side. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook.
Second and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. Well, I bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to third and 10.
And we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on third down. Cousins now from the 50. Lets it fly for Thielen. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, 50 yards. And the Vikings have taken a first quarter lead. Well, sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And you'd think on third down they'd just be looking for something right beyond the sticks. And I think they caught the defense flat-footed as a result because they decided they were going to take a shot right there, and it ended up being a big play.
And that one covering an even 63 yards in the air. Now the try here. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. Clay Brooks to return it. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Looking to throw again on second down. Watson. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Here's Watson. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Watson on first down. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. From the gun, here's Watson. The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack. Danielle Hunter in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Here's Tressway now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. A field flipper there, a 47-yard punt coupled with a loss on the return. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. And the Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say.
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. To throw is Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
4 now. Here's 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instinct. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
On 2nd down, it's Cook again.
They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. On 3rd down, Cousins able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
That's a play that'll likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
They'll run on first down. Cook. Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Now Cousins. Open man here is Conklin. And he'll be out of bounds. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has 0 answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
Cousins now.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
Touchdown, Vikings!
Dalvin Cook. Fine work there on the touchdown run. And the Vikings lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure to just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Clay Brooks to return it. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Now we get another look at Washington on offense.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Out of the gun, Watson. It's complete to Brown, right side. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. A shotgun handoff to Patterson. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. A shotgun snap for Watson. This one left side, caught by Patterson. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
The Vikings ready to go again on offense.
And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Second down, they go right back to Cook.
And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32.
The Vikings on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Toward the sideline, he will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
On 1st down, it's Cook. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. The Vikings on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need one. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
They run again on 1st down. Cook. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Cousins from the gun on 3rd. That's to Cook out of the backfield. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Again, this is Cook. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
4 yards remain for 2nd down.
They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And they work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. So naturally they will decline it. They got the first down anyway on the play.
Who needs a penalty? And you picked up the first down through hard work and effort anyway. First down.
And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving. Handoff comes to Cook. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The safety Landon Collins there to make the tackle.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins.
And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down.
And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
Boy, so if you are scoring at home, Charles, and God bless you if you are, but that's now 3 drives and 3 touchdowns.
So in a baseball game, wouldn't that wreak havoc on your scorecard?
Yes.
I mean, with all the action that's happening now, how they got here, whatever cliche you want to bring into it, they're locked into a groove, they're clicking on all cylinders. Bottom line, they're piling up the points.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And it is now 21-0. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it's polished off by a Viking score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From the end zone comes Chris Claybrooks to return. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Marching back onto the field now, Davante Adams and company getting set to go. Looking down at the stats here, realizing he has no catches. They've targeted him twice, but no catches. So how do they get him more involved, Charles?
You make sure he touches it on routes that he likes to run. Maybe even run a reverse or some type of a jet sweep so he gets his hands on the ball.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Everson Griffith in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
So a false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. From the end zone, Watson.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And that will
come the offense as they take over.
Dalvin Cook taking the field for the Vikings' next possession.
And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point.
On second down and 4, Cousins. Smith catches left side.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up the first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. This is 3rd and 4. Cousins.
And this is going to be incomplete. These offensive starters still out there in the second quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the third quarter, if not all the way through it.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the third quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer, but I'll guarantee this, they'll be gone by the start of the fourth quarter.
Deshaun Watson making his way back out, the focus of our players' spotlight.
And he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there in the pocket. Pressure's been coming at him a lot, hasn't it?
And they've got to figure out how to tamp down that pressure. How do they decrease it? Is it getting rid of the football quicker? You know, shorter drops? Maybe they do something different with their pass blocking and their protection schemes. Maybe you meet them on the line of scrimmage instead of retreating to try and protect your quarterback. They've got to figure something out, though, because you cannot let your guy get hit that much, not if you intend to win.
Yeah, I know they'd like to erase that video and those 4 sacks that they've seen so far.
Patterson on the carry, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
Washington on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Watson. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They run with Patterson. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field.
Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Watson. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. Completes it to Fant on the right side. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Again, it's Watson. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Throwing on second and long. Watson. And that's complete to Adams. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped how the guy can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled right in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. And this one is right through. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Kirk Cousins and the Vikings offense back on the field. And how about the start so far, Charles? 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And that's how you generate excitement on a team. Keep your offense moving at a really high level. And it's also how you establish leadership by playing that well. 3 touchdown passes, that's the way to lead.
Now he's just hoping for number 4. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, Cousins. That is caught by Thielen. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Cousins. High throw, but he makes the catch. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. And his kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Clay Brooks to return it. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Week 3 of the preseason is here. Everyone wrapping up their exhibition schedule. No games for the league on Labor Day weekend. And then it all begins. The 17-game regular season gets underway on the Thursday after Labor Day with the NFL kickoff game. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we back for quarter number 3. Our starters likely to be out there for the third quarter as we get back underway in this second half. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Adam Thielen and the rest of the Vikings offense, they get set for their next possession. He's having a day here in quarter number 3. Over 100 yards, couple touchdowns. Every receiver's hope for when they head into that game in the National Football League.
And his team is loving what he's giving them. Of course, the yardage is terrific, but I think it's what you mentioned, the 2 touchdowns. That's the big one because he's paying off his results downfield.
And still more time here. Third quarter, we'll see what else he has in store for us. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Now a second down and 6. Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. Maybe he was going to be involved in that play from his tight end spot, and he jumped.
Yeah, don't tell me that those guys don't like to block. That's what we say about them nowadays in the NFL. But I think he felt he was one of...
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Chase Young. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
The Vikings send out their punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. A 40-yard punt, no return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. First possession of the second half now for Washington.
And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it. This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Watson. Flushed out, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Danielle Hunter bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Operating from the gun. Watson.
This is the tight end fan.
2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
The coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
Here's Tress Way now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
Leverage.
big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Cousins. He'll dump this off to Cook.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
They'll run on first down. It's Cook. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. They run it again with Cook. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. Third down, Dalvin Cook. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
Muscle damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Cook. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. To throw is Cousins. He's going to get this one down to Cook. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
And being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Only 3 points there, but I got to think at this point in the 3rd quarter, that's all you're really looking for.
And right now the lead is 3 touchdowns and 3 two-point conversions. So you and I both know a huge order for the best of teams. And from what we've seen so far, hard to believe that that's a likely scenario. 3 two-point conversions? That's difficult.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. 2nd and 8.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Watson's throw into the hands of Fant. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Patterson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
on 1st and 10. Watson. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Dalvin Tomlinson able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
There wasn't a breakdown of protection. Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the 1st down sack. Watson. Throw left side complete to Chase. And he gets this up across the 30 before he's out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, we talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
Play fake. Cousins. Looking left sideline, incomplete. 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. He'll find Thielen, work in the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. On the carry, it's Cook. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
The throw over the middle, taken in. Behind the chain, 2nd and 12.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Throwing, Cousins. They're going for Jefferson downfield. And it's a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, it's still a good-sized lead, so they haven't necessarily needed him, but this is now 2 missed field goals for him in this game so far.
Yeah, and the question now is, will he be prepared when they do need him? Whether that's later in this game or sometime down the line, having a kicker you can count on is definitely imperative.
A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. From the gun, here's Watson. This is Fant on the short completion. Not much there, only a yard.
Now it's 2nd and 9. Here's Watson. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Throwing on 3rd down. Watson. Open man, there is Patterson, complete. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 3 quarters in the books. And that'll do it for the end of the 3rd quarter. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. First throw now for the backup Locke. He finds his man, complete. That's Reyes. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Now Locke again. Looking for the end zone. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Kawan Baker there to make the grab. And Washington able to close the gap just a bit.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set. And racing, going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the vid. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is.
They tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From the end zone is Smith-Marset. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Going to begin the drive here with Madison.
He'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, and being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down.
When a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a give to Madison. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On the handoff, it's Madison.
And he stopped immediately there.
ground, going to throw it.
He finds his man, complete. That's Morrison.
And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. $40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Throwing on 1st down is Locke. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Throwing now is Locke. And that'll be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Locke working out of the gun. And he'll flip this out to Huntley. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Block now to throw. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head. 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
Now Locke, gotta have this one. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the 2nd half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Here's Madison running on 1st down. Fights through, and now a crease. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy is made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they open the lead up now to 25. A nice tiny little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only 1 play to score it. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. On the return, Walker.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Washington offense back out there.
And last time this unit was out here,
costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Locke. Looking deep for Adams. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Washington. Davante Adams, 83 yards.
And Washington able to cut into that deficit. For Drew Lock coming out of Missouri, the one thing that scouts they loved was his arm strength, and we see why there.
And I tell you from our broadcast booth, because we're pretty close to the 50, we had the best view, a bird's eye view of that throw, and it was an absolute thing of beauty to watch. Never ceases to amaze me, the arm strength of these guys.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that'll cut the lead down to 18. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From the end zone is Smith-Marsette. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
And now out comes Minnesota. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. And he'll be taken down at the 18. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Here's Madison getting it again on second. Madison's got a first down and then some.
And finally taken down at the 36-yard line.
77 yards rushing for him now in the ballgame. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Here's Madison.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
That's a gain of 7.
On third down, they run with Madison.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The Vikings send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Here's Locke to throw.
Throw left side, complete to Tony.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
To throw again on second down. Block. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today. And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you can actually be pushed back before the first down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Locke. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The Lions move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays and kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them.
Again, they'll throw with Locke. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, that's done. On 1st down, Locke.
They'll get this into the hands of Huntley.
Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds.
First down, Washington.
Locke now on 1st down.
That's complete to Tony.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this one is incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back.
Here's 2nd and 10.
From the gun, it's Locke.
And that'll be caught by Tony.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
And that was going to be off target and incomplete.
So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. Again, it's Locke. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
This likely a must-have. 3rd and goal.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. They'll go for it. It's Locke. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked.
And the Vikings are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. And here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
They'll start on the ground with Madison. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And I think you'd have to label this an upset. Yes, they were at home, but still an upset. They got the job done.
Yeah, even being at home was not enough for people to think they were going to pull this one off. But give them credit for playing